Yo, what's going on, Exclusive Thoughts fam? It's Troy Spry, certified life and relationship coach, speaker, and author of the book. Y'all know the book, Teaching You How to Love While What You Don't Know Will Hurt You. If you don't have a copy, go get a copy. I want to drop this video, and I gotta admit something. I've been struggling a little bit with this video. I've been trying to figure out the right spirit in which to drop this video. And I decided I just gotta go for it, right? Because I've coached hundreds and thousands of men, as well as women as well. And one thing that continues to drive me is I look at the consistencies of what I hear about relationship or about dating, and I say, okay, let's spread that to a broader audience because it may bring people together, right? Because what I've learned is a lot of relationship mistakes and dating mistakes and misunderstandings are really just miscommunications and people not understanding one another, right? So women often ask me the question. They say, well, I want to know more about how men think or what men think or how men are. And it's all good until you actually tell them, right? Because then what happens is it puts them in the spirit of defensiveness where they got to defend themselves. Well, today the spirit is over. Look, I got to drop this video. I'm going to talk about the four things that concerns and men kind of complain about the most when it comes to women and being in a relationship, right? So I'm going to drop those four on you. But ladies, understand this. All right? Listen. Shh. Listen. Number one, just listen. I want you to listen to this with a spirit of self-reflection, right? And a spirit of, I'm trying to help you understand versus a spirit of, well, if he would just do this, then I would do that. Nah, that's not what this is about. This is about understanding the consistent things that men say, right? Four consistent things that men say when they are having issues or they're complaining or something about what's going on in their relationship. And now, here's a disclaimer. I'm not talking about men who are F-boys or ain't type men. I'm talking about men who are fairly good men, take care of responsibilities, and they really want to make their woman happy. But these are some things right here, these four. These are some things that consistently come up. All right, so you ready? Ready for me to drop the four? All right, I know this video is a little longer than normal, but I want you to hang in there. All right, I'm going to drop the four. Number four, I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Number four, right? Got my little list right here. Many men complain about there being a lack of peace in their home, right? What I mean by that is men need like this safe space, right? They love to come home to, number one, their woman and their family, but number two, to peace. But a lot of men feel like when they come home, that's when the chaos starts. From the moment they walk in the house, it's negative energy, right? It's putting men in those positions where they feel like they can never make you happy. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter how hard they try, they can never make you happy. And then having to guess what makes you happy versus you just telling them what you need, right? If a man feels like there's no peace in his home, he won't want to come home, right? So when you see him take a little longer to come home, he finding reasons not to be at the house, check yourself. The reason might be you. It might be the energy you put out. It might be the negativity that you put out all the time. And men like to win, right? And so if they feel like they can never win with you and can never satisfy you, and it's always this competition every time they come in the house, they're not going to want to come home. So check yourself, right? It's that spirit of self-reflection I'm talking about. Not the spirit of defensiveness, but the spirit of what could you do differently, right? So that's number four. Number three, there's this lack of compromise and understanding, right? Meaning it's your way or the highway all the time, right? You're in control of everything. You think that it's only one way to do the dishes. It's only one way, to shop for the kid. It's only one way to, do whatever in the house, to clean the house. It's only your way. So you control everything. And so what happens is you put them in the space of passiveness instead of taking initiative because they feel like they can't win with you because it's always your way or the highway. Or you ask them to do something, they do it, and then you complain about the fact that they didn't do it the way in which you want them to do it, right? Those are losing situations for men. If men feel like you don't try to at least understand that they do things a little differently than you might do things, then guess what? They'll stop doing things. And then you're going to be mad. And then there's going to be this cycle of repeat over and over and over. And you got a house of people just with tension with one another, right? So that's number three, right? Number two, this is a big one. So listen, a lack of appreciation, right? One thing that women love to say about men is, well, that is what you're supposed to do. Well, there are a lot of things that you're supposed to do that you like for someone to say thank you for, right? Thank you. I appreciate that you do these things. I appreciate that you do these things well. Because guess what? You don't have any problem speaking up when there's something that you don't agree with, right? When there's something he's not doing well. So from time to time, show your appreciation for the things, even if it's small things. It could be, just how well he takes care of his family, or how he goes to work, how hard he works. It could be all those kind of things. He wants to come home and know that he's appreciated for the effort that he does put in, and not just scolded for the things that he gets wrong, right? If a man feel like he can never win with you, he won't want to come home to you. Understand that, right? So appreciation is one of the biggest things and the easiest things that you can do to catch peace with your man, to make your man want to come home, to make him want to do more things. Reinforce appreciation. I'm telling you, it works every time. We're simple beings. Number one, all right, drum roll. Number one thing that men complain about when it comes to being in a relationship and with women, and y'all ain't gonna want to hear this, but it's a lack of sex and intimacy, right? Now, hear me on this. I'm not just talking about a lack of the frequency of sex. I'm talking about a lack of the initiation of sex. Understand this. Men want to feel desired and wanted just as well as you do. Think about it. If he never came on to you, or think about the times when you come on to him and he doesn't want to, he's not interested, you feel some kind of way. But if all the time that's how he feels all the time, where you never want to connect with him, you never want to be intimate, everything is more important than having sex, then guess what? He's not going to appreciate that. He's not going to like that. He's going to start looking around, right? That's just how it is. Men use sex as a way to connect with their women. I know y'all think it's all about an orgasm, or, men just like to hump all the time. That's not it. Sex is a way for men to connect and show and express their intimacy with you, all right? Physically. That's what men do, right? So if they're not getting that, so if you notice that he's got a little bit more of an attitude, he's a little more attitudinal, he's a little more moody, he's got less patience with you, ask yourself, when's the last time I actually initiated some sex with my man, right? When is the last time I made that a priority? When is the last time I made him a priority physically, right? Intimacy for men is involved in sex. I know a lot of times for women, they look at it differently, but try to understand where he's coming from. It's not just about the orgasm, right? It's about connecting with that woman. And when a man feels connected to you, he does more for you. That's just how we're built, right? And I'm not speaking for every man in the world, but I'm telling you what I've heard from hundreds of men over time with this coaching thing and with exclusive thoughts. These are the things I hear all the time. So if you don't want to hear this, that's okay, right? But just know, part of being in a relationship is seeking to understand, right? Because you want to feel understood, so why not seek to understand? So that's why this video is a little bit longer than it normally is, but I want you to take the time to listen, number one, take some time to self-reflect, right? And then share the video. Because there's someone out there right now whose relationship could be so much better if they just try to take the time to understand how men think, right? And some of the things that they struggle with and aren't maybe the best at communicating through. So I'm going to be the voice today for the men that feel these things. But if you can receive this with a spirit of self-reflection and not a spirit of defensiveness, and well, if you would just do this, then I would do this. Sometimes, right, you have to be the one to take the first step, right? So let me review those 4 things real quick. Number 4 was a lack of peace in the home, so negative energy all the time. Number 3 was a lack of compromise. It's your way or the highway all the time, right? Number 2 was a lack of appreciation, right, for the things that he does do well and does get right. And number 1 was a lack of sex and initiation of sex. Your man wants to feel desired, just like you do, all right? So this video was a struggle for me, like I told you. But I'm glad I got it off my chest, and I'm sure there are a lot of men out there who are glad that I put it out there. That these are some things that are simple things that if you just understand and try to receive, your relationship could go to the next level, right? But you got to get out of your own way. All right, share the video. Go get a copy of the book, Teach Me How to Love While What You Don't Know Will Hurt You, on Amazon or on Kindle. Or you can go to teachmehow2love.com. This book is blessing people all over the world. So I want you to get you a copy, read it, let me know what you think about it. Appreciate y'all. Share the video. Somebody needs to hear this. This might just save someone's relationship. Peace.